Hello peeps, it's Cass here with a speed build and an introduction for you guys to the channel. I've got so much that I want to tell you all, but where to start? Well, I might as well start with the speed build, I guess. So the speed build took me a little longer than it first did, because this is the second time me building this, and the reason why is because I recorded it one evening and I wasn't really thinking what I was creating at the time, and I ended up just going for it, and it actually came out really well, and I loved it so much that I thought, yes, this is the house that I'm going to use for the Let's Play. But I didn't record it, so I was like, damn it. And I really wanted to show you guys. I thought it would be a real nice way to introduce you guys to the upcoming Let's Play. So I thought I'm going to have to recreate it again from scratch. And that's what I did. I ended up restarting it twice, I think. I have edited it out, so I didn't want to really bore you guys with watching me delete it, getting frustrated in it and going back again. At this point in the speed build, I've got the main house bit sorted. I'm just going through making sure that it's putting the doors in. No, actually, I haven't sorted it because I know from this point I end up realising that because I got BB Move objects on, that the door is actually going through the stairs, so I need to sort that out. As you can see, just that bit there, I rejig that around, pull everything out, and then it's back to normal again. It didn't take me that long. It was just a pain in the neck to try and sort it all out. And I think it's just mostly because I was working with diagonal walls, and because I was working with the it kind of threw all of the walls and everything out of perspective, so making the rooms were just a little bit more difficult then. So I ended up just going through trying getting the rooms sorted, trying to remember how I had it before in the last one. It's slightly different than what I had, but I think it's slightly better. I think it is slightly better than what I had before, because I think it was a lot smaller, so this one's actually a lot bigger than the last one. So when it comes to the garden, I didn't actually do a lot with it. I wanted to keep it kind of to the minimum, but there is a little patch that I do to the side, which we'll see when we get to that bit in a moment. And I was just going through here, making sure that all these rooms were sorted. Just putting the wallpaper on for the outside, and I start putting in the windows. So with the actual Let's Play, it's based around one sim to start off with, which is Tom, and as the family grows, we'll be playing with each individual of the Sims, and each of them having their own story. The reason why I call it a family story is because I wanted it to be like a normal family. Every family has dramas and troubles, and I really wanted that in my series, so I thought the way to do that was having the challenges that we have and adding them into the Let's Play. So hopefully every single sim in the family will have their own little challenge, and Tom's, who is the main character, he's going to have most of the challenges because he's going to be the one that we kind of use to go throughout the Let's Play. It's all kind of his story of his life, really, and that's what I was trying to get across. The reason why I thought this house would go really well with them is because he's quite scary, he's evil, he's not really nice, and I thought the house would fit in with him. I think he looks really good with it, and almost quite spooky like, and that's the reason why I created this house. I was thinking about doing another house build after I didn't record the first one that I built, but I thought no, I really liked it. It fits in properly with the Let's Play, and why not try and recreate it. So that was what I did. So at this point here, I got most of the outside sorted. I wanted to start going through now and start doing the interior. So the interior actually didn't take me that long. I knew most of the colours that I wanted to work with was the stuff that we got from the vampire pack. Now I thought that was good because it's really handy having this pack, because it means that I can do the oldie woldy looking feel that I wanted the house to have. And I didn't really like that carpet in the end. I ended up going through and then changing it to something else, because it is a good carpet and I did want it to look old, but I thought it looked too old and nasty, so I ended up changing it. I ended up do go back and change the wallpaper in that room. The room at the top is going to be Tom's, and I wanted it to feel like it was in the attic, so I wanted to go through and make it look like there was, stuff that you'd find in the attics, like old stuff. And because it's his room, I wanted to make sure that it had some, like, I won't say evil stuff in there, but yeah. So just a little bit. Don't want to give too much away though. I want to talk to you about the channel as well. Basically, I'm going to be doing lots of speed builds and let's plays. Probably most of them might be Planet Coaster and The Sims 4. But I'm also a huge fan of the Zelda games. I absolutely love them. And I know there's quite a few of them. So I'm definitely interested in doing Zelda games, as well as Kingdom Hearts. Love Kingdom of Hearts because it's Disney. Love Disney. And it's the one game that you have all of the Disney princesses in and all the Disney characters. It's amazing and I love it. So I really wanted to include that on the channel as well. I know there's quite a few games of all of them, so if there's one specifically you'd like to see on the channel, then you just got to let me know and we can see what we can do. Also, the other games that I would like to do is called Far Cry Primal. It is more for like the older people, simply because it's quite gruesome in some ways, gory I want to say. I haven't played it for a while. It's been off my computer for several months now because I took it off to make room for something else, and I just never got back to playing it again. I don't actually think I got that far in it actually, because I managed to get most of the animals tamed. So you have like saber-toothed tigers and badgers, you have like, I think it's the honey badger, you get cave bears. Oh my god, they're so scary and they're just really cute because you can pet them and feed them and everything. It's quite adorable. So I loved that part about the game. I think so that's the main bit that I focused on, was getting all the animals, and it makes it a lot easier when you've got like more animals at your disposal. I haven't finished playing it. I haven't played it in a while, and I thought it'd be a good one to bring onto the channel. And also there's another game called Subnautica. I don't know if many people have heard of it. It's still in development, and I've watched people called Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, so I'm sure you guys have heard of them. They've recently started watching it, playing it, and it's really inspired me to start it because it is still in development, they're still adding so much stuff into it, and they've added a lot more in there since I last played it. So back with the build, I thought the mum is loves her flowers, so I thought she can have a little flower bit out here where she can have a collection of flowers. I might need to put some more on the other two bits as well. I haven't really done much on there yet. I was just trying to find loads of little bits to put in through the house, and I think here I start going into the kitchen now. Do I? I think I do. Yes, I do. I was trying to find nice colours to fit in, and I thought these ones from the Vampire Pack was actually quite good. The decoration in the build is quite odd for me because I don't usually use these colours. I like to stick more modern colours when I do builds, but this I've done especially for the Let's Play. If I was to rebuild this or redecorate it, I would do it slightly differently. I'd probably make much more of a garden, but because it's for this Let's Play, I wanted to keep it in with the story, and yeah, I think it's going to work. It's going to be quite cool. Oh, I am so excited for you guys to watch it. It's going to be pretty awesome. And by the way, just to make sure you watched right to the end of the film, because sometimes in my little Let's Play speed builds, especially if it's to do with a series, there's going to be hidden clips at the end, so always make sure you watch to the end. This is actually Tom's room. or it's going to be Tom's room, I had so much stuff in here at the end of it. I literally can't believe I managed to fit so much stuff in here. As I said before, I wanted to make it like it was an attic / bedroom. You get those, don't you? Yes. So I wanted to make it look like it was really cluttered. There was loads of stuff everywhere, so putting books underneath the drawers there, and just making sure that it just looked like a typical boy room. And if anyone's thinking or put 2 and 2 together, Lucius is a film as well. Did I take inspiration from that film? I'd be lying if I said no, but at the same time, no. I don't know. I don't want to give too much away. That's the problem. So you're gonna have to just watch the space. So yeah, back to his bedroom. Slight digression. I was just going through, like I said, making sure it looked a bit cluttered. I actually found out, because I've recently just put the MC Commander mod onto my computer for this Let's Play, well, for my Let's Plays actually. And oh my god, I didn't realise that it allows you access to all the unlockable items. So I found that out when I was doing this, and I was just like, oh, I can add this and I can add that, and then I'll be like flicking through doing stuff in the other rooms and then thinking, oh, I can put that, and then you'll see me going back and putting something else in this room. I wanted just to make it really cluttered, and like I said, oldie woldy, it's been passed down from generation to generation, and I was thinking about if I want really playing it to try and get as many generations as we can out of this family, and that is one of the main storylines to it. So the plan is to have Tom like right at the top, and then have his family tree just like branching out. Every single one of them we're going to be playing with. It's going to be awesome. And then, like I said, I've got so much planned for it, but yeah, can't give it away. This is the mum and dad's bedroom. They're both, I think, I'm trying to remember what traits I gave them. I think they are a bit artsy fartsy, and I can't even remember her name. My god. No, I can't remember what I've called the mum and dad. Oh, dad's David. I'm pretty sure I called the dad David, and the mum, I can't remember what I called the mother, but I know she's definitely creative and family orientated, and I can't think of another one. What else did I make her? Anyway, and the dad as well. The dad is maybe self-assured and creative as well. I don't know, but I think they're a really nice mum and dad. As mum and dads go, they are amazing, and Tom is so lucky to have his parents. I mean, they're lovely parents, but it's just not enough for him. He doesn't like his parents at all. In fact, he would rather run away, and maybe that is a little insight to what may be happening. Like I said, I don't want to give too much away, so just wanted to make sure that you had like a base of what is going to happen, and from there we can just develop it. Because the main reason why I wanted to have this Let's Play be as long as it's probably going to be is in normal like challenges for The Sims, I suck at them because I get bored and then it gets hard, and then sometimes I think they kind of hold you back from what you can do. And I think if you can make it a little bit more interesting, and like some of the rules, like in the Big Sister challenge, not saying that they can't talk to adults, I think that's a bit silly, because I feel like that holds you back in the challenge, and it's really difficult because your parents have died. They're surely going to have some friends, and they're going to know that they died, you know. And then with like the runaway child and the runaway teenager, can you have the runaway child? I think you can. I only hear people talking about the runaway teenager, so wanted to come up with this type of Let's Play is because I wanted to have as many challenges as I could in one family, because that to me sounds like an ordinary family. You know, every family has its dramas, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do that, is so if I wanted to chop and change anything, I could do. Or if I started to get bored, or it became too hard, or just to make things just a little bit more interesting for you guys, because at the end of the day, you are who I'm doing it for, and and that's the main purpose of it. I want us all to be able to enjoy it and look forward to like the next one. So back to the house, I was starting to put in the wishing well in there, as maybe little Tom might have hope that he might be one day turn and be really nice and good, but you know, it's the wishing well's there because I don't know if any of you have watched a film called The Secret Garden. I'm sure you guys have, or some of you might have. It is an amazing film, and it's actually inspired me to go and watch it again. It's quite an old film, but the garden is meant to see in the Let's Play as hope for little Tom Lucius. Now, it's just an idea because we're coming up with the story that I could have and make it more interesting, and when I was going over storylines, and this is where this comes into play. So at the moment it's, you know, off limits, no one can go in there. If I could have those rose bushes that we get in the romantic garden little stuff pack that we get, if we could have those higher and less colourful, I was going to put those in around the back so that you couldn't see. And then I thought I could add trees in as well and do that, but then I thought that was a little bit too much, and when you're looking at it from the map it looks a bit weird just have like loads of trees around one part of the garden. I mean, if the house was slightly bigger, if it was on a bigger lot, then maybe I could have done that, but I like this place. I like when we have the little road track coming down, we've got like the little pub on the end. It's a really good location. I do like it. No, I enjoyed it. I mean, I'll probably end up doing loads of speed builds for the upcoming Let's Play anyway. I would like to dedicate like a whole world to them and like have different coffee shops, all that kind of stuff in there, but I haven't got around to doing that bit just yet. I wanted to just get the main house up. So at this point I just thought I'll put in those little rose bushes, the old ones that we get from the vampire pack, because I thought that looks quite good. It looks like it's been abandoned, the garden is dying, no one's looking after it. But there's just little bits of colours that I put in with some of the statues, like these ones, which do have a bit of colour, and it's not dead yet. it still can be, you know, there's still room for it to grow, but you never know, it might all die, it might never happen. But it was just an idea to start with, which I liked the idea of at the time. So I was just going through putting little statues through and just trying to make it like, if it was like an old garden, like what would it look like? Because if this house has been passed down by generation to generation, then if it was in the early Victorian days, it was a nice place where they would come out in their nice big dresses and just sit down, and yeah, that's what I was going for. Actually, off camera I put in a few gravestones around just to give it that old vibe feeling, but in the next play you'll see it hopefully if you continue watching. But yeah, this is almost the end of the build. I was just going through making sure that I've got bins in and everything, and because I forgot to put a bin in the kitchen, so I just did that, and I put one in the study. But yeah, sadly guys, that is the end of this build. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you have any suggestions for games, builds and challenges, then please leave me a comment, even if it is just to say hey. I will read them all. But until next time peeps, bye!
Ha 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 ha!